And now let's see. There. Okay. It's a blank screen. Oh, wait. No. Okay. Okay. So that only took 22 minutes. Welcome to Trek Talk. We are live on twitch.tv/CallingUpJustice, and we are live on YouTube. Claudia, Alick at... Oh, sorry. We are on YouTube at the channel that is called Claudia Alick Calling Up Justice. So, I was talking about earlier when I had my disaster crash. I was talking about that scene in Star Trek Resurgence with William T. Riker. I don't even remember totally what I was even going on about with that. And I found it, and I was going to just show you the clip. Because, you know, that's easy enough for me to do. So this is, like, I forgot that I'm not doing this in studio mode. So you're watching how things work in OBS. E-I-E-I-O. That's my YouTube. You don't need any of that. Okay, let's pause this awesome, cool music that is not copywritten, so I can play it over. I don't like talking into silence. It makes me feel very alone, which is not fun. So anyway, this is the scene. I should give the person who did this playthrough credit. So let me put this link in the chat of the video that I am watching. Let me get it for the... for the on the YouTube as well. Almost there. Woo! Oh, I'm so sorry. You're not supposed to be seeing that. You're not supposed to be seeing that. Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, I'm just... You know what? It's fine. Everything's fine. Here is the link for the video that we are about to watch. Holy hell. Everything's fine.
Captain Riker. One more thing. Ambassador Spock said that the Khan stole some data from your central computer. What's that all about?
We're still assessing the extent of the breach. Nothing to report as of right now.
That's it? Ambassador Spock suggested it was something more serious, which is why I'm asking.
We have our best people sorting it out. It's under control.
Okay. If I may, I recommend you
I
keep Star
did
Trek
not
looped in
say
very
that.
closely on that matter. There's a lot riding on this.
It pisses off Riker.
The Titan and I will be ready to personally lend a hand in this fight.
Let's hope it doesn't get that far.
Riker out.
Thank you for not getting too specific with Riker about the data breach. Better we handle this ourselves, without all of Starfleet hearing about it.
What I don't understand is why you'd keep it from him. If you're going to tell Ambassador Spock, what's the difference?
This
Let's
information will
skip.
send a shockwave through the entire fleet. I'm sure Spock will agree. It should be compartmentalized on a strictly need-to-know basis.
Algorithms.
The shield algorithms that could jeopardize
Is that they...
something more serious.
This is me.
Which is why
This
I'm
is what I answered.
One thing we know is that they stole Starfleet shield algorithms.
The shield algorithms that could jeopardize every ship on the fleet.
We're still making sure our assessment is accurate. We don't want to raise alarms unnecessarily.
This is as real as it gets, Solano. I have to talk to Starfleet Command now, so I think this conversation has come to an end. I really do hope you get Portal 6-3 and find those Decon before this gets out of control. Riker out.
I
Riker?
specifically said I wanted to keep this under wraps.
So, let's get back to this. And that's it. That's it. Yeah. Back to the music too, so I don't feel so alone in the dark. I mean, I'm not in the dark. I have lights everywhere. But oh, I was talking about the timeline of Star Trek Resurgence, and as you can see, Riker is captain of the Titan, so he's so this is around the time of Star Trek Lower Decks, which is what we were going to talk about today. We were going to talk about Star Trek Lower Decks Season 5, Episode 8, Upper Decks. But the other folks that I often have on to talk about stuff had other life things going on, which is like legit. So I thought, let's just do Star Trek Lower Decks Season 5, Episode 8, Upper Decks. Let's talk about that next Thursday. That should be totally fine. It also gives anyone out there time to watch the episode if they haven't. If you haven't, I'm also like, why haven't you seen it yet, y'all? Like, what's going on? Are you okay? Also, I just have a really quick question for anyone out there. If there is anyone out there listening, I need to know, how old is Shax? Like, he served with Kira during the Cardassian Resistance, but like you could be a multitude of ages in that, because like literal children like fought Cardassians in the in the Resistance. So like, not Kardashians, Cardassians. Ridiculous. Sorry about the captions. It's funny though. So yeah, so within the timeline, this is probably somewhere in the early 2380s. But most likely after Lower Decks. It's after Lower Decks, but it's before the circumstances in the timeline that cause the Kelvinverse Star Trek to exist, meaning the destruction of Romulan, and a lot of the stuff that was happening and a lot of the consequence stuff that was happening in Prodigy. So let's see, Prodigy. Prodigy happens and overlaps when during the synthetic, I don't want to say uprising, malfunction, when all synthoids got mean and started getting people. Oh, like, spoiler alert for all of Star Trek. Anyway, so that's where Star Trek Prodigy overlaps. And so we're talking about Star Trek Resurgence is going to take place sometime after Star Trek Lower Decks. After Star Trek Lower Decks Season 5. After that season. Sometime around between that and and Star Trek Prodigy Season 1. So sometime between those years, that's when this game is taking place. So Spock is still alive, and he's in this game. William T. Riker is the captain of the Titan. And that's where we are. That's where we are. My captions are wackadoo. I don't know what they are. I mean, it's weird how they look better when I'm actually looking at the captions, but when I'm not looking at the captions, maybe it's just the way I speak. Like if I'm not speaking, when I'm looking at the words, I speak probably more precisely. Anyway, that doesn't matter. Let's please play this video game. For God's sake. God's sake. Let's get going. Y'all are so great. I appreciate you enormously. So, for anyone who needs to know what happened, or doesn't quite remember what happened, Laura Rydek, who is the command, she was the first officer commander of the ship they're on, whose name escapes me right this second, and that's not really super important. And she's mutinied against the Captain Solano, because Captain Solano most likely was taken over by a Takan entity. Remember the Takan Empire? And I desperately want this game to be canon, because it's so good. It's so good. So we're in the second one. And I don't know, I remember that I got very frustrated and had to rage quit because there was a glitch that was like messing me up. And I think I kind of remember, it was last week, but I think I remember how I got out of it. So let's get going. We are on the Arsenal of Eternity. And this is Star Trek Resurgence. Continue. Aha! We gotta start all over. It's fine. I think I remember everything. If I don't, I will try to, like, just turn the game off and turn it back on.
Not that I can see.
Okay.
High alert, everyone. The enemy could be anywhere. Follow my lead.
Okay.
Let's make this a short mission, all right?
That's the plan.
Well, that's your call to come down here. Still not sure I agree. But I respect the chain of command.
Good. Because I'm the captain now. Captain Rydek. So my biggest problem was that I couldn't remember. Don't do that. I couldn't remember how to duck. So the game glitched, and then I couldn't remember how to duck. and everything was not great. Let's see if we can get rid of that. Yeah. Okay. Isn't that pretty? It's really pretty. Let's take a look at that. Isn't that nice? This is like a Taconian outpost, so I wonder what the purpose is. And that's it. That's all she wrote. Took me a really long time to get that. Which is why I rage quitted and then came back like an hour later and did it. And then quit really fast because I realized that I could do it and needed to do it like on camera to like prove to the world that I am good and stuff.
I don't see a way in.
Vault in the mines was already open.
There must be some way to activate it.
Portal, can you open it? It is a Taconian vault.
I thought you'd never ask.
He likes that I asked him. It shows that I trust him.
You're welcome. Better to keep it simple. Sometimes the answer is staring you right in the face.
Thank you. Definitely easier this way.
All right. Let's drop these helmets and make them disappear forever. See? They're gone. It's pretty. Now, isn't this pretty? Oof. This is awesome. I want to, like, get married in a Taconian outpost building. Or whatever. Oh, this is a temple. This is a temple. So, actually, it's appropriate that I'm saying, like, oh, man, I would get married here. My imaginary partner would be very excited about it as well.
Spread out. Let's see what we can find. And stay on high alert. We don't know where the Takan that beamed down here could be.
You will need my help, Commander.
How so?
Traversal here is trivial for a Takan, but only a Takan. When you come across a device you cannot use, merely call my name.
Will do.
Call my name. Moonchild. That was a great joke, but also it was dumb. Like, I'm not
This pattern resembles
embarrassed.
the transporter device Petty Officer Maris used to escape the Resolute. Portal 6-3?
You wish to make use of this device?
It's a transporter of some kind?
It allows Takan to move through space instantly a short distance. Very convenient. I will activate the system for you.
Where does it go?
I'm not sure. The markings here must be from after my time.
Well, only one way to find out.
Oop, hold on just a second. Sorry. We're back. this is not really a puzzle. Just go to the one that's like facing the direction kind of you want to go. Like that one will go up to there, I think, and that one will go over to like that, maybe. I don't know. Yep. And then that takes us to this. Oh, yep. And then we don't want to go that way. Then we go up to that one, maybe? That one? Or do we want to go to that one? I don't even know now. I don't remember. I don't think it matters. It's not... It's... Oop. Yep. Okay. We made it. Loisima. Oof. We do not need to be holding that now. Let's walk over to here.
Soil. Just soil.
Just dirt.
It's not from this planet, nor any planet in the Federation database.
No, it's in passive mode.
Why is this here?
This is soil from the homeworld. Our capital system. This isn't an arsenal. It's a temple of the ancients. Sacred ground to the Takon. I took my oath as a guardian of the Empire in a place just like this.
So there is a problem that is going to come up here, and I might need your help if you want to, participate in the chat and help me out with the choice.
As they said goodbye. Forever. Sorry. This is the first I've seen of anything new from the Takon Empire in a very long time. I'm sure you're familiar with the feeling. That sense of loss. I thought I was ready for it.
I'm say I
But
totally
it cuts to the
understand.
core of your being.
I totally understand that feeling. It's unavoidable and inescapable no matter what you do.
Yes, it's that distant but familiar feeling that's forever just out of reach.
Woo!
Can you use this to find out more about what Galvin is
He
after?
felt neutral about that interaction, which is fine. It's better than bad.
The information's encrypted. I can only discern that it's a warship. No. It's the Aphelion. Perhaps the most powerful Taconian ship ever built. I can't access the full file, but looking through the ship's schematics, it appears to be equipped with some sort of experimental, highly advanced transporter technology.
Transporter technology? For what?
Captain, you better come see this.
Descend. Because that's my goal. Guys, so pretty soon there's going to be a choice. And I'm going to tell you about it as I walk and not run. And it's a spoiler, but we're coming up to a vault. A vault, and you can see, if you watched any of the other games or playthroughs that I've done, there were these, they're like cylindrical tube type thingies, and they're kept in these diamond shaped patterns. And they are like the spirit, the soul, the katra of Taconians. And the plan of the bad Taconians is to transplant all the Taconians into like every body in the Federation, and they can do it if they get the Aphelion. And we're gonna have a choice coming up to destroy, essentially commit genocide. But is it genocide? Is it spiritual genocide? Like, I need your help. I'm gonna have to make that choice. If I blow it up, then this little gal who is pissed at me, Lieutenant Bedrosian, look at her disgusted face. Like, that's the face of disgust at me. Oh, it's Jara, not Laura. But Lieutenant Bedrosian was insulted. And so she's going to be super pissed at me if I don't blow up the temple. But Portal 6-3, Portal 6-3 is going to be upset and actually consider it genocide for me to blow up the temple. I don't know who I should pick. Also, the reason why she's wearing a visor is because of the choice that I made for her to like maintain some connection thing. So like that's my fault too. I kind of feel like I owe her. I feel like I owe her more than I owe Portal 6-3, but I also don't think it's right. Should I just do what I feel? I feel like I'm gonna make her pissed. She really liked me when we first started. And now she's pissed at me. This guy did not like me, but now supports me as a doctor. Tylus likes me. Spock likes me. Ermot is disappointed that I didn't go to him to do the mutiny. I chose him to do the mutiny instead. And the doctor likes me. Galvin is annoyed and does not like me. Portal 6-3 likes me. Breaker likes me. Oh, he's the engineer. Lieutenant Commander Chovak. He likes me. And Ensign Calloway. Oh, I got a little snooty with him and he didn't like it. And I was like, whatever, dude. Captain Solano, I don't care. He's been taken over by a Taconian. He's not Captain Solano anymore. And we'll get back. She's pissed. Oh. She's neutral. We saved someone. Atasca. That was their friend. That was his like almost like his daughter. We saved her. Let me see. He's caught off guard, but respects it. Okay. Anyway, I think we're just gonna piss off that officer again, Lieutenant Bedrosian. Okay. See, they're like those things. They're like
There are more up
souls.
ahead.
They're everywhere. They're all over the
From
walls,
the looks
y'all.
of it, I'd
Look
say
at them.
someone left in a hurry.
Billions.
Probably right around the time we showed up.
I want a spacesuit like that. Oh, 2380. It's kind of Star Trek First Contact.
I've seen these before. In the other vault. And if all of those are the same as this, then there must be...
Hundreds of millions, if not billions. All that remains of the Decon civilization. A distinct person, encapsulated in crystalline form. Preserved for all eternity.
You thought this was an arsenal. And in a way, you're right. This is how they rebuild the Decon Empire, and bioform billions of innocent people.
That seems to be the case. What you have to understand is, these life forms were preserved for the benefit of the Decon civilization, as a means of safeguarding the health and well-being of any Decon, should they fall prey to illness or injury. They were never intended to be used for this purpose.
There you are wrong. This was always their purpose, to restore the glory that was lost. Congratulations on your first victory in battle, Captain Rydick. You killed a great many of my compatriots, some that I've known for millennia. Are you proud of how much death you've caused? Each Decon life is precious, irreplaceable. Centuries of knowledge and culture, lost with each one you murder.
Your friends died because of you. If you hadn't attacked us, there could have been a peaceful solution.
I've seen the kind of results diplomacy gets in this era. You can hardly blame me for wanting a quicker result. Thankfully, I don't have to convince you of anything. We'll all be on the same side soon enough.
You can't just bioform whoever you want. Not without a fight.
Ah, but that's just it. There won't be a fight. In fact, most won't even know what's happened. One minute you're standing there as you. The next, you're standing here as one of us.
He shouldn't be telling us this.
About mass transformation. That's what the Aphelion was built for.
The transporter. It'll reconstitute your DNA and bioform you into a Decon in the blink of an eye. This is what they'll use as ammunition.
In a manner of speaking, yes. Of course, that's the simple version. But the end result will be the same.
You're talking about a crime against sentient life on a mass scale.
Or an evolutionary process where the strongest and most capable survive. The Aphelion is on its way here as we speak. Now it's only a matter of time. You can't delay that which is inevitable. Which makes your next decision fairly simple, brother. You are, after all, a portal.
I am.
Your sole purpose is to serve as a guardian of the Decon Empire. But you stand here surrounded not by your fellow Decon, but by members of the Federation. By people who deny our fundamental right to exist. You swore an oath to protect the Empire.
You know that's a lie. We deny your right to steal the lives of innocent people against their will.
We're offering them a chance to be part of something greater than you can even imagine. Which
Oh,
side
he's
are you
mad. Oh no, he's mad. Whatever. Alright, y'all. So this is where I'm stuck. I don't even think... It doesn't even look like anyone is there. Let me check. Let me check. Is anyone looking at the stream? Doesn't look like it. Yeah. Hold on. Sorry, I was eating and I had to mute the camera for a second. I think that there is a way through this with diplomacy because this is a Star Trek game. So no matter what, I'm like giving you the reason for my future choice. So no matter what, Jara Rydek is a Starfleet captain, and she is there to uphold the ideals of the Federation, and the ideals of the Federation do not include genocide, even to a species that no longer exists in a corporeal state. It is not the Federation way to get rid of that. So I have to do that because that's who this character is, and that's what I think the right thing to do. But Lieutenant Bedrosian is going to be pissed. I think Spock will think I did the right thing, though.
Captain Rydek, long-range sensors suggest a massive spacecraft approaching in the distance.
The time has come.
Although it might be needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few.
I hope we speak again, brother.
Like Wi-Fi, it's not going to work. I'm done.
Estimated time to contact, 6 minutes and counting.
We can't stay here. We have to get back to the ship. And we have to preserve these souls. We must take them back to your ship.
Those crystals are ammunition to be used against us. We have to destroy them. Bombard the site from orbit.
We need to pull them
I'll
up.
decide once we're safely aboard the Resolute. 4 to transport.
She's gonna be mad and like bitter.
You have to hear me out, Captain. I lost my eyes because of you. And still, I've always stood by you.
She's gonna be so mad.
But if you bring those things on board, I'll have no choice but to resign.
See, that's the problem.
They will be forced into new bodies, brought back to life in a way they never asked for.
They're not living beings, but they're still dangerous. And if you don't make decisions to protect us, we're gonna end up like Solana. You, me, the entire crew. We're all next.
I don't think she's right. I don't think she's right. But I don't have time.
And counting. It's headed straight toward the vault.
She's gonna resign. And that's fine. That's fine. We have to take that consequence. Beam them aboard.
Arrival at the second vault in less than a minute.
I don't know. Claudia, are you watching the stream? Are you there? I'm having a really hard time with this choice. I don't know what to do. It's it's hard because it's like a choice between losing Lieutenant Bedrosian, who I think is probably important. Completely losing her. I thought it was just that she was gonna leave. Um, oh, I guess Claudia isn't here yet. She says she'll join as soon as she can. Um, um, it's just yeah. This is if I choose. Like so now we're gonna now it's fine because nobody else is here. So um but here I'm gonna just uh I'm sort of talking it out. Um like talking it out in my mind. Claudia is not even close to home. Or she's on her way. She's my sister. Y'all, calm down. Um oh wait, no, she is home. Never mind. She's just gonna join me as soon as she can. Um so here's the choice that is presented to us. First off, no, I'm just gonna talk about each character. I'm gonna just talk about each character until Claudia pops on. So Captain Solano, I didn't like him from the beginning. He is the kind of guy that takes unnecessary risks to make himself look like a big shot, which is what that's sort of what um that's sort of what Lieutenant Bedrosian had been talking about that if I take these Taconian beings onto the ship, that I'll be making putting the ship at risk, like extreme risk, and what I should do is destroy it. Part of me, and if I don't do that, then she will resign. Like she lost her eyes for Jara, but she's like, I cannot stand by, and she supported her in a mutiny, but she's like, I cannot stand by and watch you do this. I'm sorry, I was talking about Captain Solano and slipped in. Captain Solano lied to Captain Riker, and he previous to this, previous to Jara arriving on the Resolute, like they lost like half the crew, including the first officer, because of Captain Solano being reckless. And then he continued to be reckless, and now his body has been taken over by a Taconian. I'm eating pancakes. Like cold pancakes. It's pretty good. Um um what was I saying? Oh yeah. Oh, I'm going to send a message to Claudia that just says I'm riffing until you join. And then I don't know, like a happy laugh with the tears and sideways. That's good. Okay. So but I didn't like Captain Solano because he was like really really pushy about like, you need to do as I say. I'm the captain and you need to trust me and do what I say, which like to me screams insecurity, and that is not inspiring in a leader, right? Like it's not inspiring. Okay, next we have Lieutenant Bedrosian. She's chief security. She's a sweet kid, you know, like one of those. She really liked Jara, and was a big and has been a big supporter the whole time. Um, she was a little upset when Jara made the choice to um hold on, I'm letting Claudia know that I want her to watch the game and help me. Um, if that is the case, I should probably just do that so that if Claudia is going to join us, she can join us on the Discord. I'm not. Uh, we'll be off camera and all that jazz. And all that. So this is what. So I was like, I'm riffing until you join. She's like, I thought we were playing. You were playing a game. I'm like, I am. I want you to watch the game and help me off camera. So anyway, let's go back. Let's go back to the riffing, right? Because that's where we're. That's what we were doing. We were here to riff, y'all. Pro riffing. Um, so now we're on Lieutenant Bedrosian. So like Lieutenant Bedrosian, she's like kind of like a plucky young lieutenant kind of type. Um, but uh, but she's supported Jara 100% of the time, even when it made her blind and end up with a Geordie visor or visor. Sorry. So it's a bummer that happened, but it also saved like a lot of lives, which was her duty, I guess. But I still feel really bad for it. Like I feel bad because Maiamama, made the choice. Um, so and then but she was insulted when Jara chose not to confide in her about Captain Solano. That insulted her. But I had to choose. I had to choose like between three people, and I chose Commander Westbrook because he's highest rank, and I thought that was appropriate. But maybe it was more appropriate to talk to the but like the operations guy is pissed at me too because I didn't choose to talk to him. So it's fine. But the problem is that I don't think I want to lose Lieutenant Bedrosian. Lieutenant Bedrosian will like 100% quit. And I do not want that. So I might have to blow up every single Taconian that ever, uh, like, I don't know. We have Spock, Ambassador Spock. We're cool with Spock. Spock's cool. Like no complaints. Spock was cool. It was really awesome to hang out with him for the length of time that we hung out with him, and he is cool with Jara, because Jara told the truth and talked to him about what was what. Her honest assessment of the situation. Commander Westbrook started out not liking Jara because Jara was the new girl and he was like best friends with the former first officer who sadly went the way of the space koala as a result of actions made by Captain Solano. So, like, he did not trust the new first officer, but he has a better opinion of her. Despite his initial skepticism, he's glad that Jara confided in him. And he helped. I think he would have been insulted, just like everybody else was. Tyler, Tylus is a nice gal that we got to hang out with, and I'm glad that she has taken solace in the words of reassurance. Commander Ermot is fine. He's just annoyed that I didn't choose him as my mutiny buddy. You know, like it's tough, man. You can't. I was only allowed to choose one person. I mean, if I could, I probably would have chosen. Okay, I probably still wouldn't have chosen Ermot, but I would have chosen Westbrook and Bedrosian, definitely. I wish they had given me the choice for two, but they didn't because that's not how it was written. Dr. Duvall is your classic, strong, competent, and over intelligent black doctor on Star Trek shows, and I love her. No complaints. It is sort of like a almost a like the box cookie cutter type character, um of she's a lot like the captain or the doctor on the Discovery, right? Dr. Pollard, who's awesome too, and a different black woman, but it kind of feels like it's sort of the same. It's this weird kind of welcome to this gaming for justice chit chat about black doctors in Star Trek. So sorry, what was I saying? Oh, Dr. Duvall is exactly the way you would expect a black doctor to be, which is competent and not someone that you could ever make any complaints about. Because, like, in a lot of viewpoints, but through like culturally viewpoints, doctors are like the best thing that you can become. Like doctors are like the hardest and best thing that you can become. And so when you have a black female doctor, what you're saying is that even black people can. And if a black person can, then they must be extraordinary. It's really like actually kind of coded weird. And even though I'm happy for the representation, it still kind of feels weird. I'm still riffing. Still riffing. Um I don't want to bother her. I don't want to like send her another text that's just like, hey, still riffing. So I'm not going to do that. Maybe I should move on and then I'll go back to talking about black doctors, in media. Because actually it's not even just in Star Trek. It's actually everywhere. So like, um, I'm going to, remind me to talk about black doctors. Also, don't you love the Black Doctor? Um, anyway, um, Galvin. Galvin is he's like taken control of his planet, and he is a Taconian hybrid. And he thinks he's right, and we don't think he is. We don't think he is right. Portal 6-3. Portal 6-3 is from, that one episode. If Claudia was here, she would drop it in the chat and actually like tell me what the name of the episode is. It's from the first season. It's the introduction of the Ferengi, I believe, and it was unfortunate. It's an unfortunate episode, that had a lot of Captain Riker in it. I love Captain Riker. We did not lie to him. We did not lie to him at all. We told him the truth because having the shield algorithms being stolen, they need to know. Like the Federation needs to know that the shield algorithms have been stolen. Like that's a big deal. Um, and then also he thought it was cool that we went to Riker to ask for help to find Portal 63. He thought that was awesome. So and also um it was just fun to like talk to Captain Riker. It was just really super cool. Um and I really liked it. I would never lie to him. I had to be open and transparent to Captain Riker. I would never lie to him ever in a million years. Um, Lieutenant Commander Chovak, we haven't seen a whole bunch of him. He is mostly the commanding officer of Carter's squad of engineers, because he's the head of engineering. Um, he is a Vulcan, and he doesn't like um he doesn't he's fine. I've barely interacted with him. I did I did kind of mess up with this guy, but I don't care either with him. It'll be fine. Um Sidron, um yeah, refused to accept my explanation for the Tacon dead and blamed me for blatantly manipulating Portal 63. Whatever. That is so not my fault. I didn't do that. Like, I didn't do that. Just saying. Okay. Now, let's go to Carter. That says his best friend, Ed Solar. Um, Etzelar, here's the funny thing is that like Carter has there's two like love interests, and it's Etzelar and Maris, and I chose Maris. I didn't know I was, but then I did. I would have chosen Etzelar if I'd known that that was an option to do, because I like her better. She's an unjoined Trill and like his best friend, you know? Sio. She's a cool, yeah, she's a cool character, and I am bummed and feel kind of bad that I didn't choose her um as the love interest. Petty Officer Maris um is like she was Carter's love interest, but then her body was taken over by a Takan. And she's like one of those Takan hybrid character people, aliens. And he was suspicious of her, and he called her out, and it pissed her off. Like, and he's not going to help her. And then at one point he couldn't even say any words to her. And so that kind of messed up when she was touched by him, like being concerned about her. Um, Major Arminita, he's all like, I am a tough guy, warrior, ha ha, feelings do not matter. Kind of, you know, guy. He's fine. He's fine. He's like like sort of a, he has sort of acted like a father figure and a mentor for, Itasca. Lieutenant Ataska, and he is so when Ataska was taken over by a Taconian, or hybridized by a Taconian, he was bummed, but then like very, very easily for him, was just like, well, that's not her anymore, and she can just go, you know, she can just go die or whatever. So that's a so when we saved Ataska, he was caught off guard by that, but again, he's fine. Chovak likes Carter. He is, yeah, seriously impressed by his undaunted courage when he learned that there would be no rescue attempt aboard the Zeldy. He is. You see how he's like slightly smiling? Okay, let's look at him on the other thing. You see how he's just sort of not smiling at all, not no upturn lip. But when we go over here, you see how he's slightly upturned? He is like grinning. That's some Vulcan cheese right there. That's Vulcan cheese. Look at him. Saucy Chovak. Okay, and then we have Westbrook. Westbrook likes Carter and thinks he's cool. And really Westbrook has like kind of a better relationship, but it's pretty much the same. Ataska is thankful. Um, um, this is thankful for Carter's grit and determination when she shared her guilt over the fellow soldiers she couldn't save aboard the Zeldy, and he saved her life too. And Spock is not terribly impressed by Carter, but he was left with the distinct impression that Carter is a team player. It's because I was really bad at using the tractor beam, because you had to do a whole bunch of like finger moving stuff, and that was not. It was not fun. Oh my gosh. Oh no. Oh no. I've been riffing for like 20 minutes, and I've run out of characters to talk about. Oh, thank God you're back, or you're here. Oh God, you're here. Thank God you're here. Okay. I was like, oh no, what happened? That was perfect timing, because I literally ran out. I was talking about, I had something to say about every single one of these characters. And so I talked about every single one. But this was the thing. I sent you a text that was just like, remind me of this, but I remembered, so you don't have to remind me. It was Black Doctors. Because I was like, this is who this character is. This is who this character is. And I was like, this is Dr. Duvall. Dr. Duvall is the Black Doctor. She's the Black Doctor. She's like the most capable, emotionally centered, wise person on the ship. That's what Black Doctors are. In many, many ways. Black Doctors. And this was the thing that I wanted to say. And like, I love representation. Representation is important, but like, there's like not a lot of nuance with this. And here's the thing. I feel so silly about this. Here's the thing, though. Why do we see a fair amount of Black Doctors in media, Claudia? Why do you think that is? I want you to guess. I'm gonna stare at the chat and just stare. Now, if you want to, since I'm currently paused, you could jump into Discord, but that is not necessary at this second. You don't know. Okay, here we go. Being a doctor like the journey of becoming a doctor is very hard and it takes a long time. So when you see a black doctor, you see then it's sort of this like, wow, look, even this person could become a doctor, because like being a doctor culturally is like the best and the hardest thing to be. To be a medical doctor is the best, hardest thing to become. So when we see a black doctor in media, like not maybe in real life, I don't know, but I'm talking about like fictional black doctors. Then that says is that like, wow, look at this black person. This black person is like the best black person. And like almost like they're not like the others. It model minorities them a little bit. Um, um, but so oftentimes fictional doctors don't have a lot of layers to them. So like I like Dr. Duvall, but they could have easily put Dr. Pollard in the place and I wouldn't have known much of the difference, because it's the same sort of completely capable, amazing doctor job, you know? So like that's what I mean by she's the typical she's a typical black doctor. Like I gotta be real. If I lived in like a world where fiction was real, I would probably only see doctors of marginalized identities, because they're like the best doctors, but also really handsome people that like talk like this. I would also want a doctor like that. And Malcolm Jamal Warner. Okay, now I'm done. Black doctors. So now let's get back to the game. So let me tell you about what the choice is. Let me tell you about the choice. So we came upon a Taconian temple. In this Taconian temple is billions upon billions of like Taconian souls or Katras or whatever spirits. And this guy, and I guess this guy too, they, or maybe this guy died, I don't know, but this guy definitely, he is mad because all he wants to do is use a ship to instantaneously make everyone like in the Alpha Quadrant and maybe possibly further and beyond to all sentient life, but make them all Taconian hybrids. Like that's all he wants to do. He just wants to fundamentally change all life. And like, we're not gonna let him do that. But we have two choices right now. And the choices are beam all of those little Taconian souls that are in little, they look like kaleidoscopes, that are in the little kaleidoscope cases, beam them all onto the Resolute and then try to get out of there, making us a huge target. Or destroy the Taconian temple, and destroy all of those kaleidoscopes. The kaleidoscopes are not living beings, and they do not. This is what that Sidron wants to do is not their choice. He's doing it that against their will. Portal 6-3 wants me to beam them aboard and save them. But that's going to put the ship at risk. Lieutenant Bedrosian wants me to destroy it. If I do not destroy it, she will resign. And, like, that's a big deal. She's the chief security officer. And also, it's my fault that she's blind. I say it's my fault, not Jara's fault. It is Maiamama's fault that Lieutenant Bedrosian is blind, because there's a choice you make that saves a whole bunch of people but makes Lieutenant Bedrosian blind. And she was blind and still was on Jara's side. When Jara mutinied against Captain Solano, because Captain Solano is a hybrid Taconian now, she supported him. She's a little pissed off that we didn't go to her, but, like, that's not a big deal. So the choice is destroy the Taconian temple, pew 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 style, or beam them aboard and save them all, but that would put a huge target on our back. And Lieutenant Bedrosian says that if we took all of the Taconians onto the ship, that we would be acting just like Captain Solano did, which Captain Solano is known to be reckless and doing things just to be the big hero, and not thinking about how his actions affect the crew. So I think she's right, and I think I have to blow up the Taconian. I think I have to blow up the Taconian temple, but I need to know what you think. This was a really, really long explanation because we're like right at the choice now. I was trying, that's why I like paused it and then was riffing for 20 minutes about all sorts of stuff. Blow it up? Do you think that's the right thing to do? It's not, is it genocide? Is it genocide? If they're already dead? Like, who's to say? But okay, we're gonna... Everything is awesome. Oh, wait. No, it's not. We're in America. All right. We're gonna blow it up.
I would remind you, those life forms...
I can't. Oh, you would try to save them, but it's the right move for the game. Right. That's where I was. I was like, because part of me feels like... So, like, in Star Trek, you have to... Like, if you're a Starfleet captain, you have to uphold the values of the Federation. Like, that's your job to do. But you also have to be pragmatic. And you have to make the correct choice for your crew. And sometimes your correct choice for the crew actually ends up not necessarily being the answer that is closest aligning with the ideals of the Federation. And isn't that interesting? All right, let's blow it up.
Are to come. Not science, to come. They're not your enemies.
Right or wrong, history will judge you for this moment.
We did it. Oh. Oh!
Destroy the vault.
Aye, Captain. Firing photon torpedoes.
This will cause Portal 6-3 to leave us. Like, Portal 6-3 is going to be like, you killed my mom. Goodbye. Maybe. Oh.
Target has been destroyed.
I think Riker would have done it and also felt bad.
I am alone.
Oof. You already...
Again.
Yeah, I'm sorry, man.
As I was.
I'm sorry. 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 I'm
sorry, are you?
Oh, he doesn't like that.
This
Yeah, I know.
words do not unwind the clock.
Yeah, I'm not gonna. Ooh wee. All right, let's read it though real quick. All right, look, see now she's smiling at me. Did you see that mean face, that mean mug? That hurt my feelings. So now she felt respected and appreciated and didn't quit. Oh, he's mad. Look at him. Now he's mean mugging me. He appreciated my empathy when he was overwhelmed with feelings of loss inside the vault, but he was shattered by my decision to destroy the Taconian crystals in the vault and refused to accept his or her apology. And I mean, whatever. I feel bad,
Captain, the Aphelion is targeting us. Approaching rapidly.
but oh, run or something.
They hit us with that bioforming ray, and it's over. Maximum warp. Get us out of here.
Where, Captain?
Anywhere but here.
Yeah,
Now.
get the hell out of here. Set course for the hell out of here. Maximum warp. Why do Helms people always, when it's a situation like, we gotta get out of here, they're like, get us out of here, Lieutenant. And they're like, what course? When someone says, get us out of here, Lieutenant, they don't care where. They're saying, get the hell out of here. So, yeah. Am I right or am I left?
There they are!
The heroes!
Thank you. I'm not sure one of my kind would have done for you what you did for me. I did not expect a show of mercy. I hoped, but you could have just as easily left me to my fate.
See, that's just one of the differences between Starfleet and you. Scions of the Flame. Our mission is to help when we can, even if that means helping our enemies.
That's Starfleet.
Honor in that.
Yeah, that's Starfleet.
Now that we're safe on your ship, I think you were right to bring her.
Yeah, I know.
Things seem a little different now than they did in the heat of battle.
You're not mad that I didn't release Atasca from her situation?
After all the trials we'd survived, maybe there's more room to hope for Atasca than I thought.
Oh, he likes me.
Oh, no surprises here. But your shoulder's separated. If you come with me to sickbay, we can get you fixed up in no time.
Ooh. Does she like him?
Thank you.
Does she like
I'll
him?
find you afterwards.
What was that
You
look?
two, check in at your stations. This thing isn't over yet.
Are they gonna fall in love? Can I help and facilitate that? Because that's awesome. They should get tea and trade plants. I mean, they are the types. They, like, literally are the types. All right, let's talk to these guys.
Diaz.
Yeah?
Did you see our people over there? Miranda?
Kapoor, Hauser?
We saw Miranda and Kapoor, but they're bioform. And as far as I know, there's no way to undo it.
That means they're not our friends anymore.
That doesn't mean that.
Attack us?
It
We'll
means
have
they're
to
different.
stop them,
And they might not be
no
friends.
matter what it takes.
Yeah. I guess we have to be ready for that.
Ugh, that was awesome. Hey, buddy, what's up?
Tell me,
Oh,
did any crew
yeah.
from the Zelti survive?
Shh, I'm not
Well,
talking
since
to
the
my
Lydian
phone.
ships have no escape pods, I think it was just us.
I see. I thought so. I had a partner on board.
Oh no.
After this mission, she and I were meant to
Oh no, gay aliens.
Doesn't matter. All that matters now is making the Takan pay for what they've done.
We'll stop them. I promise.
Okay, let's see. Anyone? There's a transporter guy. Let's look at his hair. It is. Oops, not. No coils, just painted on. That guy's hair was. Oop. Now we're gonna look at this blonde dude. His hair. If you look real closely, his hair is curls. It's not coils. And I'm not trying to say it like with an accent. I mean, coils are different than curls. It's like a different pattern. All right, let's go talk to this person.
You're really making us proud out there, Diaz. The lower decks don't get a lot of glory.
Lower decks! Lower decks! Lower decks! We're lower decks. I didn't know. I literally didn't even think that. Yeah, let's...
She was a good little escape pod. Not that I want another ride like that anytime soon.
They sealed it with a phaser and put explosives on the other side. Okay, I think we've talked to everyone we can. Let's get the get.
I can't believe it, but I'm actually looking forward to seeing Chovak. Not that I'd expect this kind of welcome from him, but I can just imagine the look on his face.
You know what? I want to see him too. It'll be nice to get one piece of normalcy.
I'm sure we can count on him for that.
Oh, they don't even know about the mutiny.
I can't believe it. You evaded the Takan, ejected their warp cores, and lived to talk about it.
That about sums it up.
They're gonna be teaching this at the Academy for years to come. I mean it. Everybody's gonna learn how you pulled it off.
The Academy? Oh, well, I wouldn't know about that.
After this, you'll probably get a personal invitation to show them how it's done. I heard about Belle. Is Miranda?
As far as we know, she's still out there.
Well, I know Captain Rydek will do her best to get her back.
Hold on. Rydek?
Here we go.
What about Captain Solano?
He was turned into a Takan. Rydek had to take over. She's a hell of an officer, but none of us have been up against anything like this. No one has. Not in 500,000 years.
We'll just have to step up and work that much harder to help Captain Rydek.
It's gonna take all of us.
Talk to you later.
It is agreeable to see you again.
Holy shit. I told you. Okay, maybe you weren't here earlier, but I was talking about this. Look at this fucking smiley, grinning Vulcan face. That's a grinning Vulcan. Look at that, the slight turn of the cheeks, his eyebrows slightly upturned. This is how he looks. This is how he looks at Captain Rydek. That's how he looks at Jara. You see, no up. His eyes are sort of not as open. And look at that. Look at that all. That is what I called Vulcan cheese. Look at him cheesing that camera. He's like, hey, buddy, hey, pal. And for him to be like, it is agreeable to see you again. That's what you say to your, like to people that you really like.
Is that so?
It was by no means a certainty that you would return to duty here.
No, it was not.
But it was my sincere hope you would.
It's great to be seen, boss. There were a few moments out there off the ship where I wasn't really sure we'd be making it back either. Everything here in engineering is kind of a sight for sore eyes.
Indeed. You should know your absence has left engineering terribly short-handed.
Oh.
During your sojourn, this
Ew.
department has fallen unacceptably behind
No.
schedule on both regular and irregular duties.
There's been a whole lot of irregularity going around.
Seems like you could use some help around here. We're ready to go to work.
I'd like to catch my breath for at least a few minutes, Carter.
Whoa, damn. Nope.
Normally, I would assign you to one of the many pressing repair tasks. But, given your experience on board the Zeldy, I have suggested you join the senior staff briefing as we determine our next course of action. You can commence your maintenance shift afterwards.
That's a big deal. Cross talk. I'm playing
When I heard
longer
you destroyed
today
the Takan Vault,
because for
surprised.
reasons.
By my order?
By myself? Surprised that I was glad to hear it. The Hotari do not wage war or kill our enemies if we can avoid it. But hearing that the Takan, who have decimated my people, took such a loss. Is it wrong that it feels like justice? We've lost so much to the
We don't
Takan.
celebrate death.
We sometimes have to take lives in the line of duty, but we can never take pleasure in it.
A necessary evil?
One of many.
It's coming along nicely. Thank you, Tylus. I'll take it from here. We're almost done.
I have to brief Ambassador Spock in a few minutes.
Spock!
Can wait. You have some fences to mend. I know you had your reasons for destroying the Draconian crystals, and I won't question them.
Oh, she
Hopefully
not
this
like it.
galvanizes the bridge crew behind your leadership. But I expect there will be fallout with Portal.
Yeah.
Assuming he's still with us. I sincerely doubt he's indifferent to what happened.
One of Captain Solano's many strengths was that he welcomed opposing views, and I feel the same. So please don't ever hold back. That doesn't necessarily mean I'll agree, but I want to hear your thoughts either way.
Good, because I'll give you my unvarnished opinion whether you want it or not.
Black Doctor!
It's been a chaotic last
Black
few days for everyone.
Doctor! She's the Black
You need
Doctor.
to name a new first officer in preparation for what's coming.
Are you fucking kidding
Basically comes down to Westbrook, Ermot, or Bedrosian. Obviously, there are pros and cons with each. But ultimately, the decision is yours. Commander Westbrook has seniority and was hoping.
God damn it. God damn it. All right. So now I got to choose a first officer. Between Bedrosian, Westbrook, Ermot. Ermot is already kind of annoyed at me for not talking to him. Well, I don't know who to choose. If Bedrosian, they're all going to be good fits. Lieutenant Bedrosian, Commander Westbrook, or Commander Ermot. Everyone is different. Because this is security, science, and operations. That's where they that's what they're the head of. So like that's the kind of officer that I'm going to get. If I have a first officer that is a security officer, then like I'm gonna have that's the kind of first officer I have. Science or operations, which is more engineering styles. And I was saying, God damn it, because I just made a really hard decision. And I was like, you are making me make too many choices too fast. I barely even know what I want to eat for dinner. Really? Sorry. Okay, so that might be a good choice, the operations officer. Well, let's talk about who do we like, though. We like Lieutenant Bedrosian, and we like Commander Westbrook. We don't really care about Ermot. Ermot has literally done nothing in like the whole game. Really, I have not utilized him or chosen him at all. He's been very neglected, so like I don't really care about him. I like her and him. So I guess I know I just said all of that big talk, but do we want pick her? Okay. Whew. 'Cause also she's kind of cooler because of her visor. Her visor is cool.
Lucky to be Captain Solano's first officer. Lieutenant Bedrosian has always been devoted to you.
Mm-hmm.
If I were to take everything into consideration, then Lieutenant Bedrosian feels like the perfect fit for the position.
Well, despite a lack of seniority, still a solid candidate. Some would argue, though, that you wanted to go the easy route. Someone less likely to disagree with you. But that's entirely your prerogative. You're as good as new.
Thank you, Dr. Duvall.
Always nice to have a captive audience.
So she has to go in for these infusions to make it so that she stays alive.
We'll have Ambassador Spock via subspace shortly.
Thank you, Mr. Ermot.
Petty Officers Diaz and Edsolar have first-hand experience with our adversaries. I thought it advantageous for them to join this briefing. I understand this is unusual, but I trust you have no objections?
Talk about moving up in the world.
Excellent idea, Mr. Chovak. They deserve to be here.
In all seriousness, what Diaz and Edsolar accomplished aboard the Zeldi is nothing short of remarkable. They're both to be commended, not only for surviving against incredible odds, but for helping our efforts against
They should get field promotions to ensigns.
Most of the credit. None of us would have made it without his help. We'd all be bioformed by this point.
But there were way more people involved than just me. Not only Petty Officer Edsolar, but we had help from an Elydian officer named Arminta as well.
Interesting.
Ambassador Spock is ready for you.
Put him through.
Captain Rydeck.
Hi, Spock.
Recent change in station certainly warrants mention, and I trust you to faithfully execute your expanded duties. Right now, we must keep our attention on the clear and present danger that lies ahead, the Takan and their warship. Closest populations are the Hotari and Elydian systems, and they are likely the first targets for mass bioforming. After that, lies Federation space. I have advised Starfleet Command to send an impromptu battle group to intercept and assist you, but that will take time. You are our first line of defense. With our shield algorithms compromised, we are at a great disadvantage.
Sorry, I was staring at that for too long. It takes too long. Okay.
Of course. You know that as well as I do.
Yeah, we'll take the help.
I'm glad to hear the battle group is en route, Ambassador. With what we're up against, we're gonna need all the help we can get.
And you will have it. Remember, our strength is drawn from our ability to work together towards a common goal.
Spock liked that.
Have we made any progress in finding a...
Let me see what Spock... Is Spock smiling? I think he's kind of smiling.
...way to defend ourselves from the Ophelion's bioforming weapon?
Currently, our shields will not protect us, but I am compiling all of the information the away team gathered on the Zeldi and cross-referencing it against our own as well as Portal 6-3's methods.
The away team is sitting right here. They survived without getting bioformed, so we know it's possible. So, what's the secret? How do we defend ourselves? Is there a weakness we can exploit? Something we can do to avoid getting bioformed?
I wish I could tell you the solution, but the truth is, there is no easy answer. There's no defense against bioforming, one-on-one or on a mass scale. At least, not that I know of.
That's not
May
my
not be able
fault.
to stop it,
That's just
but it
the
might be
truth.
possible to slow it down. It's too soon
Oh.
to say for sure.
Okay,
but
he liked it.
We've had some promising indications that Duridium can delay the bioforming process.
Duridium?
It's not a cure. It's not going to bring anyone back we've already lost. But Duridium is a cell stabilizer, so it has the potential to slow down the onset of physical and mental changes, if not entirely prevent them. And it might be the only ship in the fleet with this much Duridium on hand. In fact, a lot of ships wouldn't have any.
I'll forego the rest of my treatments, if it means the crew will be safe.
Captain, you'd die.
That's an honorable intention, but it's not that simple. It requires a much larger dose to be effective. We don't have enough Duridium on board to protect the whole crew. We barely have enough to protect everyone in this room.
Sounds like it won't do us much good then.
The use case I'd suggest is that it could buy a little time for an officer or a small group to complete a task or mission. But it has to be taken at the moment of exposure to the bioforming mechanism.
Prepare a delivery method for this remedy.
That raises the question.
I forgot Spock was there. Look at that L-Cars.
The Zeldy's shields were stronger than anticipated. If the Aphelion has even more effective protection, we'll have difficulty breaking through.
We may not be able to block the Aphelions' attack either. But if they do strike, we know their weapon uses transporter technology. We might be able to backtrack their signal path.
Like we did to evacuate Captain Rydek from Tau.
Exactly. We could send an away team onto the Aphelion.
And destroy it from the inside. Modify photon torpedoes to use as explosives.
I think Portal could still help us. If he can't get a first-hand look
He's
at the Aphelion,
pissed, though.
he might be able to identify a weakness.
He's so
I don't know
mad.
how quick he'll be to help us after.
He'll help.
Will he?
I'll have security personnel prep a boarding party, should the opportunity arise.
Petty Officers Edsolar and Diaz are the logical choices to lead any away mission to the Aphelion.
Oh
They've already
my
crippled one enemy ship.
gosh.
If anyone can do so again, it is them.
This isn't a rescue. It's a tactical incursion. Do
Yeah.
you really have some special insights, as Commander Chovak suggests?
Doesn't the fact that we're here speak for itself?
Just surviving won't be enough this time.
Sabotage is kind of becoming our specialty. We'll find a way to get the job done.
Well, he certainly has the swagger for it.
If this is the necessary course of action, I support it.
With the help of Portal. He should be part of the away team.
Yes.
I will compile all the latest data on the tricorders, just in case.
In the meantime, I want you working on ways we can combat the Takan tech. Shields, weapons, anything we can use.
Yes, Captain.
Anything else, Ambassador?
I know this matter is in capable hands. Hold the line as best you can. Help is on the way.
Thank you.
All right. We didn't make anyone mad. I think this is the end of the episode, so how about...
We have plenty to do and no time for speeches. Let's get to work. Thank you, Petty Officers Diaz and Edsolar. You're dismissed.
Maybe I should have been...
A quorum of senior staff. There is
Maybe
a
I should have been...
procedural element we need to take care of.
Okay, now I have to choose who I want to be first officer. So I might change my mind, Claudia. If there's a little bit of talky things that convince me, and we might end up choosing Westbrook, we're still not choosing Ermont. Sorry.
The Resolute command codes must be transferred to Captain Rydek for control of the ship.
Uh-huh.
Of course.
Computer, transfer all command codes to Captain Jara Rydek. Voice authorization Ermont, Echo 4 Lima.
Voice authorization Duval. Beta, 2, Yankee.
Voice authorization Westbrook. Alpha 7 Tango.
Awaiting your authorization, Captain.
Oh, that's exciting. Alpha? Um... 5? X-ray.
Voice authorization. Rydick. Alpha 5. X-ray.
Oh, that was cool.
The updated command structure is incomplete. Please designate
Yeah.
the first officer.
Who is the new first officer?
Oh, did I already choose Bedrosian?
Please designate a new first officer.
Okay, it does give me time. Do we want her? She looks cool. Sorry, and like totally that's my fault. He's such a fucking grump. And he wasn't nice to me at the beginning. But I also think that because she is the safe choice. She's the safe choice. I think that Westbrook is probably the smartest choice. So it looks like I changed my mind. Look at how her just dress center. Back center. So I'm gonna choose the grumpy ass Westbrook. Yeah, he's
It is
pissed.
an honor and a pleasure.
And she's not
to name
happy.
Commander Westbrook as my new first officer.
Thank you, Captain. You made the
He's
right choice.
pissed.
Congratulations, Commander. It's long overdue.
I know we've had our differences, but I can't tell you how much I appreciate this.
Computer, Commander Westbrook is the new first officer of the USS Resolute.
Awaiting voice authorization.
Voice authorization Westbrook. Alpha 7 Tango.
Authorization is now complete.
Now, if you'll excuse me, there's work to be done.
Okay, real quick, let's read. So he is bitterly disappointed that he was not the first officer. Dude, do your job. You're a Starfleet officer. Do your job. Surprised and overjoyed and relieved to finally be named the first officer. That's another reason why he didn't like Jara. He didn't like Jara because he should, like, he was friends with the original first officer. Like, he was like one of his best buddies, and then that guy met the space koala, and then he was like the next choice, but instead they got Jara, and so that like pissed him off. He was already not liking her for that. So he really should, it actually really should be, he is the most he's the most senior officer on the ship, and he has the most experience. Even though Bedrosian likes me and stuff, but she understands. Look, understood and supported the decision. Knowing her time will come in the future. Yeah. Okay. So it worked out. Since these two are the only opinions I guess I care about, we won. So, that was a lot of like choice anxiety. Thank you for being with me and holding my hand through this choice anxiety and talking about black doctors. Do you think I'm right about black doctors? Like, do you think that's a thing? Like, or like that's the reason? Because like it makes me think about things like the Cosby Show, where you have a doctor and a lawyer, and those are like the hardest and best jobs to have. And it's like, yeah, look, even like if a black person becomes that, Who knew Starfleet was a popularity contest? I did. And you did too. For me, though, you want everyone to like you. Because it's all politics. And all politics is a popularity contest. You want everyone to like you. And think you are the smartest and make the best decisions.
Nicely done. I think that went well.
Captain, could I have a word with you?
Oh, he's fucking pissed.
Give me a minute.
Look, I respect your decision, Captain. Commander Westbrook has seniority, and I can understand why you felt pressure to promote him. But what I can't understand is why you would choose someone so clearly unsuited.
He's not.
It's the very reason why Captain Solano chose you over him. Because he knew Westbrook as first officer would be disastrous.
No.
I know you're disappointed, but I trust his experience. And I need to rely on him now more than ever.
But that's just it. We can't afford to make any mistakes. And that's my concern with Commander Westbrook. Maybe I've had it wrong this whole time. But I thought we've had an excellent working relationship almost from the moment you first arrived.
Yeah, dude, it's been fine.
Yes, I was insulted when you didn't trust me with the information about Captain Solano being compromised.
Oh my god.
But I've always
like, we're not
you.
best friends.
Certainly more than you can say about Westbrook. He was always against you.
Get over it.
Especially with regard to Captain Solano. But I guess loyalty counts for nothing with you.
Don't be a
Listen,
fucking
I value
baby.
your opinion more than just about anyone's. I rely on it. And if we're going to beat Galvin, I'll need your help now more than ever. So please, don't be discouraged.
I'll be fine. Just give me some time.
Okay, that was a nice thing to say. I hope that was sort of neutral. I hope that neutralates his opinion. Okay. Do you want me to keep playing? I'm asking you a question, Claudia, because I can keep playing. I got nothing else to do. So, if you want me to play, keep playing, I can keep playing. All I see is I know. Isn't it such a cool game? I know. Is I know yes or no? Okay, I get it. Thank you. Okay, let me take 2 seconds into this to make sure that... Alright, that next episode is called The Line of Fire. That was our next time on Star Trek... I guess it's called Star Trek Resurgence. Yeah, they have cool names. Yep. That was a lot of fun. I do like how I had to, like, if I would not have been a good captain, because the choices that I made for Jara were not the choices that Maiamama would have made. Like, I don't take responsibility for, like, because, like, I was pissed. You could hear me going, oh, whatever, dude. Get over it. And then that was one of the choices. And instead, I said something nice. Maybe I'm like the inner brain. You know, when we have to be diplomatic and kind, even when someone has made us incredibly angry and we want to hurt them, we still have to be... Or just even, like, super annoyed. we still have to be diplomatic and kind. And even though I don't care about Ermot, and he bothers me, like being my best friend isn't what is going to guarantee you to be the first officer. That's ridiculous. And the reason why I think why Westbrook wasn't chosen was because he didn't trust Captain Solano. And he was right anyway. Like, even before Captain Solano was bioformed, he wasn't trustworthy. He lied to William T. Riker. So I think Westbrook was not the right choice, and Bedrosian would have been a safe choice because she liked me a lot and I liked her, and I felt bad about her being blind and all. But I, blew up the Taconian temple to make up for getting her blind. So I think I'm glad that she's not mad at me. Yeah, I'm glad she's not mad at me, because also I think that would have been taking it too far. If she, as a lieutenant in her first senior position, was pissed about not being made first officer, I think that would have been a bit much. But from the beginning, Ermot was very, he wanted to fluff Captain Rydak up and be extra nice. And I think it's nice to get along with your first officer, but I don't think you don't want a first officer that's trying to fluff you up. And Westbrook is not a fluffer. I'm sorry. That went somewhere weird. Anyway, but that's, he's not gonna blow smoke, I suppose, is what I'm thinking of. That was really fun. I love this game. It's like watching Star Trek. And I love to watch Star Trek. So this was really fun. Don't forget, y'all. Here we go back. That next Thursday, we are going to be talking about Star Trek Lower Decks, Season 5, Episode 8, Upper Decks. And we're going to have conversations like, how old is Shax? And pumpkins? That's all I'm going to give you. That's literally all I'm going to give you. That's FOMO, right? That's FOMO. I think that's what FOMO is. All right, y'all. Thank you so much. Thank you for being with me on this crazy little trek that we call Trek Talk. I'm gonna do the thing and say the stuff now, I think. Thank you so much for joining us. Trek Talk is a Calling of Justice production. Special thanks to executive producer Claudia Alick. For more information on Claudia Alick, check out the links that I'm going to stick in that chat. That's linktree.com/callingofjustice. Oh, by the way, Claudia, that's Star Trek Season 5, Episode 8, Upper Decks. Because you have lower decks, lower. Or were you singing a song? You might have been singing a song. It was probably a song. Anyway, if you want to get involved in the Calling of Justice community, check out this link in the chat that gets you to the Calling of Justice website. Ba-boom, boom, 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 boom. And that's callingofjustice.com, joining Calling of Justice. And also, special thanks to me, your host, Maiamama. For more information on me and the stuff that I should be working on, check out my links in the chat. That's linktree/Maiamama. And again, thank you so much for joining me. This was so fun. I had a great time. Okay, I love you. Bye-bye.